All right, we open with a bird laugh. All right, everyone. How about 3 quick cards and a bottom card with me? I've been out and about today. I'm running errands mostly. This is straight up energy reading, by the way. It doesn't matter what your sign is, but you might want to pay attention because if you're here for a reason. For a while now, and it's been going on a while. It's been in spurts, but it's been coming up in the readings that the universe is trying to get your attention about something. Okay? And I think this might be a very specific reading, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. While I was out and about, I kept seeing this person. It kept passing them, you know, out running errands and just walking around sidewalks and stuff like that. There's this person. She went by about 5 times, and I couldn't figure out who she reminded me of. Well, it's not the Queen of Wands, if that's what you're thinking. But she did show up here in the pre-shuffle. We're going to talk about it because I think the universe is trying to get some of your attention about something to get you ready for something. All right, so it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. So who did she remind me of? This one right here. And it showed up. I knew it. I said, as soon as I saw her pants half down, it was this girl walking around. I don't know if it's a new style or something to wear half a pant at the top. I have no idea. I mean, I've seen the low-rise ones, but not like this. But either way, it's a bit like she reminded me of this person here. That's who walked by me no less than 5 times. Had to be. Had to be. It was driving me crazy. And all the time around this person, I started to notice the things that were going on, right? And a lot of it has to do, in a loose way, with the Queen of Wands. So let's just go through the pre-shuffle here. It's the Queen of Wands crossed by the 2 of Pentacles, okay? I like telling you why I'm here. It's a weekend. I should be taking time off. I did the weekly reading. I'm doing the Mercury and Aquarius reading tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. What the hell am I doing here, right? I was out running errands. But yeah, Queen of Wands crossed by the 2 of Pentacles here. There's something draining your energy. And I say that because the Queen of Wands type person always has a drain on their energy. It takes a lot of energy to keep a facade up, okay? And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, okay? I'm just saying in relation to the card, that's the energy drain that's coming up. The universe is trying to tell you something. This is my card of the student. Just like me seeing this person right here, almost exact, I swear to God, except her pants were brown. But other than that, almost exact. Was trying to get my attention to something. And I, unlike most people, pay attention when that happens. By the time I saw her the 3rd time, I was busy. I didn't notice the 2nd time, but I thought, well, something's on. I better put the scanners up, right? It's something that's draining your energy. It's something about moving past something or stopping something, right? This is choppy water back here in this 6 of Swords. And you know, again, there's those messages again with the Knight of Swords. So here in the pre-shuffle, the Knight of Swords is bookending the Queen of Wands. Something is draining your energy. There's something you're doing. It could be a bad habit. It could be a bad thought about yourself. It could be overthinking, which I always encourage you not to do, to stay out of 8 Swords. Overthinking about your runner. It could be that. Overthinking, but the most common way this energy comes up and the way it would play out to me with seeing this girl and the things that were going on when I started paying attention, it's a bit of, some of you are overly focused on the future, but that's not really the right way to phrase it. I'm gonna shuffle here, but I'm gonna try to rephrase that. It's not that you're overly focused on the future, it's that you're not appreciating the present as much as you should be, kind of a thing. It's one of those times, believe it or not, energetically, this is one of those times where you'll want to remember it. You're going to remember back to this time, all right? So you want to soak it all in, okay? There's a lot of magic in the energy. And if you're doing real bad right now and you're like, I'm going to shut this damn video off, this guy's a jerk, you know, my life is crap, you're probably who I need to talk to here, because that sounds like a real energy drain to me. And you're missing something because of it, all right? So you may not want to look at it, but it's there, all right? Okay, just like that girl walking was missing the fact that her entire butt crack was out. I mean, it was too short. Okay, I'm all for low cut, but Jesus, I don't know. Maybe she cut them extra. I don't know. I don't follow fashion, so I don't know what the fuck's going on, but whatever. Well, let's do this. Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card and see what's going on here. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, universe, calm down. Yeah, the baseline energy, right, which will be the center card. This is the environmental energy around the baseline energy around you. It's the world, the most powerful card I could pull, crossed by the 9 of Cups. There is something coming toward you, okay, that you're going to miss if you don't start living in the present. If you don't start just being okay with where you're at the moment. A lot of people get in this energy, and I'm not saying it's you, it's just the only way I can describe the energy. People get really excited about the future, right? There's something that they're working toward, let's say. Let's say, for example, in the present, there's something they're working toward. They're saving for a house, or they're saving for whatever. And they live in this present moment where their life sucks until they get that. And that's wrong. Because I can tell you from experience, using that as an example, when you get that house, you're going to remember back to all the great times, and they were great times, while you were kind of saving for it, and while you were looking at them and building and doing all that kind of stuff, and you miss all the magic of that. That contains a lot of magic. But whatever it is for you specifically, whatever this energy is about, it's tough because these are general readings and there's a lot of people watching. It's about appreciating the moment, okay? Because there is something coming towards you. It's in the environment. It's already on its way, okay? And it's going to make you happy. I think it'll make you happy whether you take the energy advice of this reading or not. But I think you might miss it, or you might not appreciate it as much as you could. I don't know. We'll see. See where we go here. 3 of Wands. Yep. You're right there. You're right on. It's everything I just said. Look at that moment. Look at the moment the camera captured. Imagine that's a picture I took, right? The moment I'm capturing right now. She's never seen the ocean before. I'll set up a story. I don't care. It's about the energy. She's finally made it to the coast. It's there. Take it in. You know, I remember the first time I saw the Pacific Ocean, right? I had moved out here, and I had a share house. I just moved in. I had 4 roommates. We split a house in North Hollywood, crammed in there. And one of us had a car. It wasn't me. It was my roommate Mark had a car. And we got in the car and we drove down, we drove all through Pacific Palisades. We were in the valley, so we drove down through, came down what's called Temescal Canyon, and that's where I first saw the Pacific Ocean, coming down the hill off of Sunset in Temescal. And I remember just taking it in. I'd never seen water so blue before, ever. It was unreal. It's a bit of that energy. It's the universe trying to tell you the energy around you right now is just before something big happens. It's just at that moment before it. And I am telling you from life experience, that is where the magic is. All right? I can't repeat that moment of when I first saw the Pacific Ocean. I spent many years after that cruising the coastline and even doing some surfing. But it never really captured that first high of that moment. Right? It's not the same after that. I've seen it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, whatever. Now I know that whole road like the back of my hand. Center card here. Knight of Wands. Yeah. I don't even need this last card, but I'm going to pull it. Yeah. You're rushing through something that you shouldn't be. Okay? You're rushing through something that you shouldn't be. Look, if this isn't for you, fine. But it's important enough energy for me to see that girl with the Page of Pentacles 5 times while I was out noticing things around, and I got stuff I bought that I need to put away. I sat down here to do this reading because this is important for someone, even if it's just one person watching. Everybody matters. You're rushing through something. You're rushing through a moment that you'll regret rushing through later. Okay? It's a moment maybe where you're growing, maybe where you're learning something. I shared a touching story of Temescal Canyon with you. Maybe it's a moment like that. But that's a good analogy for what's happening here in this moment. You'll want to remember the present time. And the universe is saying you're rushing through it. And you will regret that. Just like this is my party girl's older sister. She's going to regret, you know, going to these parties all the time. You know, too old for that. Rushing through it. You're rushing through something. There's some magic in the energy of right now. Pay attention to your dreams. I will tell you that. They're trying to tell you something. All right? Very important. What's red with the Three of Wands? The King of Wands. We're going to need to clarify that. It's what she's looking at. Okay? And I don't know why it's here specifically. It's tough with a general reading. I'm going to grab the witches and I'm going to clarify it. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. It might indicate that you're looking at it from the wrong angle. I have no idea. I mean, it's... I don't know. Let's see. Let's see why is the King of Wands here. It's one of those readings where I have to be careful how I phrase things. Not because I might say anything controversial. No, I love that. No, it's because it's important. And I want to make sure whoever this reading is for understands my point. But I think I made my point already. But this is a curiosity to me. The King of Wands. All right. These are red center, left, right. So don't get confused that these two are not next to each other. This is the base energy crossed by these. You're rushing through a moment you'll want to remember. It's right there. You're something big right about to happen. But something big is happening right now. She never seen the ocean before. Not a red one. Right? Not a red ocean. She hasn't. Just like I'd never seen anything that blue. Till that day I came down to Mescal Canyon in Mark's old piece of shit car. I remember that thing. So, man. The King of Wands, the old days. Those were fun. Alright, King of Wands. Let's go. Why is it here? Why is it here? Tell me about it. Alright. Let's see what the witches have to say. Yeah. It's the moon. It's the moon. Moon, moon, moon. The King of Wands. It's... Some of you are missing the moment because you're fearing... for some of you, I'll split this up. For some of you, you're missing the moment because you're fearing that there's really nothing out there's nothing out there for you but more Burger Kings and things along those lines. For some of you, that's it. But for others of you, it's much deeper than that. It's much, because this is a very deep card. There's something deep-seated within you that you haven't dealt with yet fully. Hidden energy deep inside that is preventing you from enjoying that moment. From enjoying the moment of right now. Okay? I don't know if it has anything to do with your runner soulmate or not. But I do. For some of you it will, and for some of you it's just something else. It's just something else, and you need to reflect on it. You need to look at everything. Otherwise, listen, this is good advice for life anyway. Because it's important that you unpack this stuff and look at it. Whatever it is. Could be something from kindergarten. I don't know. Whatever it is. Because it's one of those things that does limit your ability to enjoy the moment. And the moment is all you have. If you focus on the future too much and not enjoy the present and where you are and just the fact that you're here and alive, it puts your life on fast forward. Then you put it on fast forward, and then you're one of my fast forwarders that I don't like. Because if you can't even sit through a tarot reading where someone's trying to help you and actually read the energy around you, then that energy carries over into your life, and you're fast forwarding your way through that too. And it goes by fast enough without doing that. I'll tell you what. King of Wands is a glaze over thing a little bit, but there's something very deep here. What's on top? Lovers. Wow. It's a soul-based energy. This card used to be called the Choice. Okay? It's something, whatever this is, you're choosing to do this. Okay? And there's something about your environment that's making it happen. What do I mean by that? I mean, you may need, in order to really appreciate the red ocean here, right? In the moment, and not just glaze over and speed your way through it. Whatever this thing is that you're masking, because the King of Wands masks things, right? Everything's cool, trips over a crack on the sidewalk, pretends he meant to do it, right? Rather than just admit, oops, I made a mistake, all red-faced. No, he'll never get red-faced. He'll wear a red shirt, but not a red face. It's It's something along the lines, I don't know. Let's see. What's the center card? I'm having a hard time phrasing it. Red with the moon, the Five of Pentacles, yeah. You're making a choice to ignore whatever this is. It may be subconscious, but I doubt it with the King of Wands here. All right? Whatever it is, you're making a choice to ignore it. And that's leaving you. It's a feeling of winter here. It may be a remembering of how something made you feel. Okay? A lot of times what happens is, with this energy, is we get trapped in our environment. Okay? For some of you, the way to solve this energy is to redecorate your house. Or if you take walks, walk in a different direction. Go a different route. Try different things. Get out and explore some more. Something along those lines. But I think it's about immediate environment for a lot of you. There's a lot around you. Okay, the objects around us absorb energy. They're like little tape recorders. All right? So keep that in mind. So, you know, I had this, you know how something kind of reminds you of things, right? Reminds you of things. I had a picture of a giraffe that I had on a wall for years and years and years. And I would look at it. I would wake up in the morning, it was like right there in front of me on the opposite wall of where my head was on the bed. I had to eventually move it and get rid of it as far as from that spot, because it kept reminding me of something. It kept reminding me of a moment in time when I got that, which was a very special time. So again, while it might have been special, it was keeping me stuck. So it's a little bit about changing your environment a little bit, okay? What's red with the Lovers? 9 Swords, yeah. There's a lot of anxiety there. There's a lot of anxiety about, it's red with the Lovers. So again, about love, about whatever you might be feeling that there's nothing happening right now. I don't know what Steve's talking about, because this red water, whatever he's trying to say, none of those moments are happening right now. And I'm telling you, they are within the energy. Okay, if you unpack whatever this is and look at it, take a good look at it, assess it, and figure it out. It's something you're consciously blocking. Could be subconscious, but still, I believe you're consciously blocking it, because this is minor arcana, leaving yourself out in the cold kind of a thing on it. All right? It's something you don't want to think about because it might keep you up at night. Right? It could be letting go of the runner a little bit. It could be that. That's fine. You might need to. Or letting go of something from the past. There's something that's preventing you from enjoying the current moment, and the universe wants you to enjoy the current moment. And you're glazing past it. You're missing something. You're missing something that within even the current moment, yeah, there's something approaching you because I have the world, right? The energy is new now as well. But because you're glazing through it, you're missing the magic that's already here. Because she already made the jump. And energy's always in layers, all right? So that's kind of what's going on there. I'm just going to take a quick look here. Yeah. Yeah, there's at the end of the rainbow, there's a lot of happiness here. Everything switches once you deal with it. Once you unpack it and look at it. It's my empty Queen of Cups here. There's a lot of despair in this energy, and I don't know why. So I don't think this is for all of you in the sense of what I'm talking about over here. I do think it's for all of you in the advice I'm giving you about the energy right now. Do not glaze past right now. There's a lot more happening than you think, and a lot of it is internal, okay? A lot of it is internal. Stop and smell the roses kind of energy. Let's take a look here real quick at the Three of Wands. Tell me about the Three of Wands. Tell me about this. These readings are tricky. These energy weather forecasts. It's tricky because there's a lot of people watching, right? But I think for all of you, there's something about the current moment, and I think it'll pop up a lot in dreams. I think it will. And if you can appreciate the current moment, not only will you slow your life down a little bit, right? So you can stop and smell the roses, you'll actually get a lot more out of it because you won't miss it. It's like somebody speed reading a book. They only get a little bits of it here and there. They don't get the real guts and the real magic of the book, you know. And you know, actually tests have shown that there's no such thing as speed reading. Nobody, there's almost no retention. You know, you'll get people that'll tell you they can retain 80% or 90% of it. I got a friend who says that. And yeah, I can speed read something myself and get a little bit out of it, but I don't get what you're supposed to get out of it, right? Why is the Three of Wands here? Why is it here? Let's take a look. Let's see what the universe has to say. Yeah. It's crossed by the Page of Cups. It's a welling up inside. What dealing with this will help, or just taking the advice of not glazing through the moment, right? Will do. It causes a tidal wave of emotion to kind of come in. It's just my little story about Temescal Canyon here and seeing the Pacific Ocean is very, very similar to the energy that's coming off this. There's something the universe wants you to pay attention to, wants you to learn. It's why that Page of Pentacles was important. The Knight of Swords. There it is. There's a piece of information that you're missing that's showing up very soon. I believe for some of you, okay? I don't want to turn this into a soulmate reading, but I believe for some of you it's from your runner. And we'll see what happens in tomorrow's Mercury and Aquarius reading, but for some of you it is. For others of you, it's just something you figure out about yourself through dreams or through taking the advice that I've given here. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. But for some of you, you get a piece of information about this runner that changes everything. It's a game changer for you. And then the pieces fall into place like that, okay? There's something hidden here about that person. So they are showing up a little bit, and some of you are a little bit thinking about it way too much here a little bit. But in doing so, you're leaving yourself out in the cold in your own life and fast forwarding your way through it to get to the good parts. Well, the good parts are every part, okay? It's a gift to even be alive, all right? And don't come at me with, well, I was diagnosed with a blah, 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 and the doctor says I'll probably be dead in a year, Steve. Okay. What does that have to do with what I'm saying? Then this message is all the more important for you. Every moment, right? Something Warren Zevon said before he died. He went on David Letterman, and he said, David asked him what cancer teaches you, what a death sentence teaches you. He said, you enjoy every jelly sandwich, right? Jelly sandwich is a boring thing. It's a boring whatever. You just enjoy it, savor it like it's a sirloin steak every moment. You have to. And that slows the time down. That year that the doctor tells you you have left will feel like 20. It will, if you do it that way. Either way, I'm just saying that for the person out there that thinks this reading's not for them because, well, I'm not going to be around for a while. No. You can slow down time as much as you want. You know why? Because there is no time in the energy. You know, most people fast forward their way through their lives, and that's why at the end it all feels like a blur. It's going to feel like a blur anyway, but if you enjoy the moment within your circle of energy, it goes a lot slower. It feels a lot longer. That said, a piece of information, something about yourself, or a piece of information about this runner, if that's what you're hung up on, is coming your way. It's a game changer. And here's proof of that. The Two of Cups right here is red with the Page of Cups. There's something draining your energy is how I started this reading. And what it's draining is your ability to feel fully. Okay? This little girl here, this little girl, I know Flim, I got you. He's with me. Right? This little girl here holding a little Page of Cups, right? She's a little Page of Cups. There's a tidal wave behind her of potential here. The Two of Cups talks about that. These two are read together. All right? So whatever this is that we've been talking about, whether it's your perspective on the present moment or your life, you're a big fast forwarder through life. My wife has the tendency to do this all the time. She'd like this, but she's changing. She's been listening to me. And I think that's good. I like that. Because that helps me a great deal. But whatever it is, if it's the runner, whatever angle this reading is for you, there's, again, something is draining your energy that's causing a lack of emotion for the present moment. The inability to appreciate this. Like she just, what's that scene in, what this energy is doing is like that scene in Chevy Chase's Vacation where, you know, he's obviously stolen money from the hotel, so they need to get out of there quickly. But they finally get to the Grand Canyon, and he looks out, he goes, okay, yep, that's it, great, everybody in the car, let's go. Right? That's it. They spent like 5 seconds looking at the Grand Canyon. That's the kind of energy that's around right now, and she should be soaking that in. You should be soaking in the energy of right now, and the universe wants you to. All right? This is the moment. All right, let's see. King of Cups is red with this. Yeah, again, there's a piece of information that's coming your way, either from the runner or about yourself or about anything. It's a general reading, I can't say. But whatever it is coming in. I think for a lot of you, it's something you just figure out about yourself. It's something your dreams are trying to tell you. I don't know. But whatever it is, it liberates you a little bit, right? This King of Cups is limited. He shares very little of the emotion. It's another card that points out that a tidal wave of emotion is being held back. You're missing the magic of the moment. This king always does. Okay? And the magic of the moment is right behind you. Turn around. It's right there. The magic of the moment is the moment. That's it. Doesn't have to be unicorns and fairies and magic. I'm just using the word magic just because it's the only word I can think of right now. But the magic of the moment is in the moment, in every moment. All right? So keep that in mind. That's all we have. There's no guarantee that we're even going to exist a second from now. A nanosecond. A billionth of a second. Any scientist will tell you. We have no idea. How long's the universe going to last, Mr. Scientist? Well, I have no idea. Could last another nanosecond or could last another, 100 billion years. No idea. They don't. They can calculate it and figure it out, but we have no guarantee it's not just going to disappear like that. I might not even get a chance to finish this video for all I know. Okay? You don't know. So keep that in mind. If that helps you get some perspective, fine. If you got a scientific mind, that'll help you do it. But you're glazing over something you shouldn't be. Okay? There is a lot here. 9 of Cups. Yeah. You'll miss it. You're missing the moment, and you'll miss what's coming towards you. You'll miss this information, this Knight of Swords. Okay? That's it. That's all I want to tell you. If it's for you, great. If it's not for you, great. It is what it is. Every single energy matters. Every single person matters watching. All right? So if this is just for one person and I help you out a little bit, terrific. I've done my job. Good enough for me. All right? But I think the energy has a piece of advice for everybody in here because a lot of people in our society right now are guilty of fast forwarding through their lives. I saw them all day today on my errands this morning. I did. Faces in smartphones, missing everything going on. Just walking down because they got those 10 followers on Twitter, need to talk to them. Got to put up this picture on Instagram. Got 3 followers. It's crazy. It's insane. Take your face out of the smartphone. Stop glazing over. Universe is trying to tell you something. I will tell you that. So pay attention to your dreams. Most importantly, pay attention to how they make you feel. Maybe just write that down. And that'll give you some clues. But there is a solid piece of information you'll either figure out yourself or either about the runner or about yourself, which will open the floodgates. And you will then stand here and stop a while and admire the view and say, well, I made it. Here I am. Yeah, here you are. It's where you always are in the moment. You're here. Enjoy it. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, everybody who watches. If you don't like this reading, cool. Doesn't matter, really. A reading like this can be very specific, right? You're either open to receive or you're not. All right? That's it. All right, stay tuned tomorrow for the Aquarius Mercury reading, which is going to be very interesting, I'm sure. All right, good luck.